Greetings, fellow diplomats. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Norland. Episode 5, Two Allies. Essentially what I'm doing is I'm treating our trade agreements in order to keep our economy aloft so that I can hire a bunch of warriors so that I can form alliances with my neighbors. So it's one big grand scheme. Form alliance with Dust Valley and trade with Wind. Them's the priorities for now. So, relationship with Wind now is 13. And I could send an envoy over to Wind and formalize a trade agreement. Because usually an envoy is like a plus 12. But Therese is still here. Or whatever his name is. I'm going to just name him Wind King. Because that's going to be a lot easier for me to remember. And then I'll name the other one Dust King. And yes, I can name other people. I'm not planning on naming it after you guys, though. Dust King reminds me of Dust Bandit, the Dust Bandit King in Kenshi. But yeah, now it'll be a little bit more obvious, like, who they are. Alright, so the ETA to the Warriors should be 12 hours. Good. So about 6 p.m. they'll be showing up. The cooldown timer for a lot of the stuff here is kind of longer. If I try to gamble rings with him, he might take my rings, which would be not ideal. But I'm going to actually try to play dice with him with Kleb. I'm essentially sending Kleb because Kleb has low intelligence, and I'm trying to lose against him. I know how crazy this sounds, but Kleb has a lot of rings and could stand to lose some rings. And that would further ingratiate himself with the Wing King. Yep, so the Wind King won a dice game. Kleb lost the dice game, but I can manage Kleb's mood, no problem. Kleb also has a torturous desire. So these are, this just popped up for Kleb, and these are really important to pay attention to, and I'll do that in just a second. So what is my relationship with them now? Wind Peak, up to 12. So it didn't really help me too much. But what I was going to do... Actually, I have another thing that I could do in order to build up my relationship with them. So I have an ace in the pocket. So, torturous desires. Periodically, you're going to get a desire. And Kleb's current desire is to see King Silo. Which I'm going to name him... I'm going to rename him as well. So you are going to be Star King. So, this torturous desire is not going to go away. So, what I'm going to do is... Oh, where is he? He's in Crystallite. Oh, that's awkward. He's not even home. So, Kleb's going to leave to go see the Star King. Because it's something that he feels he needs to do. And he's going to have a huge negative mood modifier until he does. So, gotta keep the dude happy. And Averin will just have to hold down the fort. And hopefully is building up her relationship with the Wind King while he's here. He is full of energy, had delicious meat. He was laughed at, though. Alright, Kleb failed to complete the task, and that's because the Star King left Crystallite to go back to Starstream. So what I'm going to do is... I'm going to go to Starstream and praise the Wind King as just like a way to pass the time as I'm traveling there. Because I would like Starstream and Windpeak to get along, because if I eventually add both of them to my alliance, them getting along is kind of important. Alright, my 2 villages are paying tribute in both herbs and iron. So here comes the tribute payments. And my mercenary should be here in about 5 hours? 6 hours. I found another king that I'm just going to rename. And you are Crystallight's king? So I'm just going to start naming them so they stand out more. Crystal King and Moon King. This mostly just helps you identify, like, the important people easily. Oh, my vagabonds are gone. My criminals, like, either became gainfully employed or left. So, that's good. Pleb is waiting for the Star King to return. So he's going to go praise the Wind Peak's leader, and then the Star King will be home, and then he'll be able to get to see the Star King, which will satisfy his torturous desire. Now, there's a way to turn off those types of things in the scenario startup. So if you don't like those sort of, like, torturous desires, I believe you can disable them. You can disable a whole lot of things, a whole lot of those types of modifiers. My sincerest friend, or sincere friend, Kleb. I didn't think your opinion of our mutual neighbor was so positive, but it's hard for me to discern any malice behind your words. So their relationship between one another has actually subsequently gone up, which is going to be useful. And now he's finally home, so improve relationships, spend time with their king. In fact, I'm going to make sure that I'm spending it with the Star King specifically. There we go. And that will satisfy his need to see his friend. Bangface and Hashimoto, thank you for the resubs. Alright, the hired warriors have arrived. So I did say that the knight is going to be named Inverted Sheep. Or Inverted... I'm just going to call you Invert Sheep. There we go. And as a result of that, am I strong enough compared to Dust Valley in order to invite them to a alliance? Not yet. So let's go ahead and... Oh, now I have Varn Knights to be able to be hired? That's obnoxious. I'm going to do something risky, which I'm going to turn my 3 unemployed peasants into mercenaries. They are unhappy, so it's very possible... Yep, and I have an invite to alliance. Perfect. It's very possible that they defect as a result, but it does bloat my mercenary count up temporarily in order to start an alliance. So once Invert Sheep arrives, the other thing I was planning on doing is creating a new army. So I'm going to have Invert Sheep lead the army. I'm going to arm them. So I have enough weapons for 10 people. Or 11 people, actually. So I'm going to get rid of 1 mace. Oops. And crate. And now Invert Sheep is going to rally all my mercenaries together. And in order to make Wind Peak happy, I am going to wipe out this bandit camp. It's a bandit camp that exists within their territory, and he's going to be very pleased if I clear it for him. In fact, everyone around will like it. Nobody likes bandits, so that will keep them nice and happy, and that will allow me to build up a trade agreement with Wind Peak a little bit more easily, and then also create an alliance with Dust Valley because of my size of my my army. Things are moving. There we go. Kleb just spent time with their king. So if we take a look at Kleb, desire fulfilled, plus 22. Because he had just spent time with the Star King. And he is not going to take much of a break, because now that I have a larger army, I'm immediately going to invite them to an alliance with Kleb. So Kleb's going to travel from Starstream to Dust Valley to form a formal alliance where we are the alliance head. So previously I had been, and I'm still actually being invited by both Crystal Light and Moonlake to an alliance. But I want to be the alliance head of my alliance, because if you take a look at the King's ambitions, the new empire, in order to fulfill the new empire, you can't be an alliance member, you have to be the alliance leader. So, in working towards the new empire, which is the grand ambition, I really need to be the alliance leader. So, this serves that purpose. Big moves. Economic report. We made money. Cool. And we have plenty of rutabaga and moonshine left over. So, nice. We're making money on the exports and still a little bit left over for ourselves, which is awesome. And because Kleb just fulfilled one of his torturous desires, his mood is actually going to be pretty positive for a while because he's being kept aloft from that plus 22. So even though he has to do a lot of travel and that's not fun, he'll be happy as a result. Roy has a positive relationship with Kleb. That's good. And Wing King has a really good relationship with the Dust King. Except for Dust King's a little smelly, I guess. He's an old ally and they're friends. That's good. What is all needed to build houses? Do you mean peasant houses or dorms? Because the two are very different. Alright, so here's the battle against the bandits. And I am going to battle on the map. Manually. And I'm not going to have my commander stay in the back, because he's got really high martial skills, so I want him up front. These guys only have one bowman. I have like 4. And let's target their archers too. So I'm going to hold my ground. Come on, hit their archer. Ow, their archer hit me. Alright, forget targeting the archer. Oh, the archers all just... Oh, so one of the issues that I had is the archers were originally drafted as villagers, but they didn't get any training. So as soon as they involved themselves in combat, they basically gave up, which is a result of having untested militia. So that's my fault. I forgot about that. Doesn't really matter. The end result of the fight is the same. And nobody died. So having cleared that out, we gained relationship with the bishop by 12, the Wind King by 5, gained money, and gained prisoners too. So now our relationship with Wind Peak should climb. So your question is about homelessness. So there's different types of houses. There are the barracks for warriors and the dorms for villagers. I do need another dorm. Individual peasant houses is something that you unlock later on through tech level, though. And I don't have that yet. I'm going to put a dorm maybe here. So we have a population for up to 40 peasants. Alright, result, Dust Valley. Dear Kleb, I hope for a day when there will be no need to form alliances. The world is steeped in enmity, and this treaty shall aid us in our joint struggle against weakness and treachery. So Dust King has decided to join your alliance of free cities. This means noble houses promise to help one another if either side is attacked by another noble house. The treaty does not apply to the defense of villages or bandit attacks. All members pledge to send their warriors to the rescue if someone in the alliance requests aid. A province's membership in the alliance will be revoked if their relationship with the leader drops below -25. Warfare, dark deeds, and intrigue between alliances are also precluded. Alliance members can enter into trade contracts without restrictions, and the market demand increases, meaning that trade is better between alliance members. Members of the alliance cannot have vassals, and aggressive actions towards other kingdoms are not part of the alliance are restricted by the requirements of neutrality. And my relationship with the Dust King has increased. So now I am the alliance head, and Dust Valley is a member of my alliance. And as a result of that, I also gain information about adjacent territories. So there is a 3 alliance. Great Mist is the alliance head. Sparksville and Treewood are the subjects of that alliance. So let's rename. This is going to be the Mist King. And this is going to be the Spark King. And the Tree King's already named the Tree King. So we have a 3 alliance, 2 alliance, 2 alliance. So basically, we are allied and we're surrounded by alliances. So my alliance with Dust Valley could not have been any better because everybody else is basically allying up. And it's going to be really important for our long-term prosperity and defense to also form allies of our own. Oh man, Kleb has not been home in a while and he has so many inspections to do. I almost feel bad. So today I'm going to have to keep Kleb home so that you can inspect all the businesses because the inspection orders have run up and I'm getting slapped with really high negatives as a result. And the squad is returned, and returned with prisoners. So, only one of the 4 prisoners is Varn, and we decided to allow the Varns to go, and everyone else to be sold. So here's the Varn, and we will free you with Avarin. Actually, have you walk all the way back to town first. Avarin has discovered a strong desire within themselves. Avarin has the desire to learn knowledge, which is great because she is currently studying scaffold. So the current priority now that I have an alliance, is to trade with Wind and learn new books. Pretty straightforward. Oh. Wind King is mocking me? How about no? You jerk. I am going to tell Kleb to start working on his inspections because all the businesses had fallen behind. And Avarin, I'm going to tell to work on studying a book so that her desire gets fulfilled. There are 4 new forest bandits. Where are they? Way up here. That's probably a bit too far for me to deploy my forces out to, because it's kind of far away. And then Wind Peak wants the leader of Sparksville to be assassinated, which I'm really not in a position to help out with. Actually, you know what? I take that back. Local map. Let's, before I deploy my army out... Inverted Sheep, are you hurt? Yeah, you're hurt, but not very badly. What I'm going to do is... The 3 villagers that I conscripted, 2 of them are going to be released from service. And then Sheep is going to form another army of the healthy people. To go clear that bandit camp. It's far away, but I have, you know, an army. I might as well use them, right? There we go. Because I don't see anyone else marching on this bandit camp, and I might as well take the prisoners myself. And gain the political benefits of it as well. Hey, the Dust King is now visiting. So the problem with that is I don't have another Lord's house for the Dust King too. We have too many visitors. So I am going to build another Lord's house so that I can actually house a royal guest. It's a funny problem to have. We also just had someone to turn to crime. And I still need to free that, yeah, free you. As your Varn. We have a soft spot for the Varn. So this Varn is now a warrior. A mercenary for us. Granted an ex-vagabond, which might not make them super efficient at doing it, but still. Alright. Kleb's re-inspecting everything and building up his management. Wind King just left the settlement, so I actually don't need this Lord's house, but it's already in the process of being built, so I'm not going to stop them. Okay. Hey, Darhole, thank you for the resub, too. And we unfortunately mocked Wind Peak, so it's going to be a little bit harder to build a trade agreement with them because of what we did. But as soon as their king returns, I can... Oh, and we have a prisoner attempting to escape. They're probably going to get out because I'm not really guarding... Yep. So, this person, who actually shared the same name as the Wind King, which is weird, is escaping. It happens. And I don't really mind. It's a little loss of money, but it's not a huge problem. So Averin should focus on learning Scaffold to fulfill her requirement. And then Kleb is getting new inspections done everywhere. And then afterwards, I am going to work on trying to get a trade with Wind. The protection of the loving families have been removed. Our population, or rather, it's been 5 days. Or will soon be lifted. It's fine. Right, getting rid of the other prisoners before they just run off. Taking a look at the books they have. Training ground, herbalist, peasant's house. So peasant's house allows you to house 2 peasants within a house, and it makes them happier than if they were, you know, by themselves. But it does cost iron to build those homes, so it's not exactly cheap. I think... I'll buy one book. I will buy the training ground book. So I think Kleb has done all of his inspections. And I think the Wind Peak King got home already. So I'm going to try to improve my relationship. Oh no, maybe I need to do an envoy visit. I could offer him gold, I guess. Oh no, peace treaty will work. So let's form a official peace treaty with Wind Peak. And that will help our relationship a lot. Taking a look at the other warnings. Prisoners are poorly guarded. I don't have any prisoners, so that doesn't even make any sense. Warriors are unhappy. That needs to be solved. And it's only one warrior, and it's the ex-Varn, so I'm just going to fire them. It's essentially the vagabond that we had freed and joined the warrior guard, but I don't want a... They're free to go do whatever they want. I don't want them. Alright. Well, looking good. I definitely want those scaffolding out, though. Because we have buildup of crime, and one of the best ways to combat crime would be through scaffold use. So just keeping Averin in the library studying the scaffold will make her happy and make our kingdom safer. Economic report looks fine. Money's no problem. Oh, we did miss one inspection of this lumber mill. Now what I could do is I could put the lumber mill under the inspection of Averin, but I'm not too concerned. We have 91 wood right now. If I miss an inspection for one day, it's not going to be the end of the world. Okay, we have entered a peace treaty, and relationship with the Wind King has gone up. So now we are up to 24 out of 25. That's like so painfully close, it's annoying. I can make a gold offering, and I'm gonna do that because I think the end result of a good trade agreement is going to be worth more than just ponying up some gold initially. Because I gain almost 100, I gain 150 gold a day just alone from the trade that I have. So there it is. And now that that's done, we have a relationship of 43. So that's plenty in order to form a Rutabaga trade agreement. So now I have trade agreements with all 3 of my direct neighbors. Perfect. So we can mark that down as done. Current priority is learn new books. Back Roadrunner, if you're wondering, your teaching has gone up to 7, intelligence to 4. You are also monogamous, nervous, and then taking a look at Colin, monogamous and nervous. Just like Mama and Papa. So we're in this phase where the world is relatively static in terms of geopolitics. I could attempt to destabilize Starlight's hold over Starstream, or Crystallight's hold, rather, over Starstream, or Moonlight's hold over Windpeak. But the problem is, in order to do that, I'm probably going to need quite the military. Oh! What the hell? Windpeak is now independent. I don't know why, but okay. I'm having Kleb run back out there and fight them to my alliance. What timing? I know, no kidding. So, my military is bigger than theirs. So, I'm going to invite them to alliance. And then also we have the fight between Inverted Sheep and the Bandits. So, let's go do that little fight. Alright, taking a look. They have 1 bowman and 2... Okay, so rushing them would be ideal. Because we outnumber them. So instead of protecting the archers, I'm just sending my meleeers in to bum rush them. No problem. Not even much of a fight. Clearing that, my relationship with the Crusader King went up. Bishop gone up. Got loot, got prisoners. And they're returning home. Cool. Very nice. What's funny is, like, my relationship with the bishop goes up, but it really doesn't. It's my relationship with the matriarch has gone up. But that's really helpful because it's gone up above 25, which increases the amount of increases the quantity and the variety of things that I can buy from them. All right, Avaren. Let's have you go study a book. That torturous desire is gonna eat away at you. And she's 12% away from studying scaffold fully. Alright, results. Kleb, my friend, I am glad we were able to establish an alliance between our cities. We are indubitably in need of each other's support. Long gone are the times when neighbors lived in peace and harmony. Signed, the Wind King. So we now have a formal alliance with Windpeak. And we are the alliance head. Also, Windpeak and Dust Valley really like one another, so this is just, like, amazing. The other thing is Moonlake is a vassal. So you are a vassal of Stardale. So Stardale invaded Moonlake or something. I'm not exactly sure how they managed it. But Stardale annexed Moonlake, which broke apart the alliance between Moonlake and Windpeak. So let's name Stardale's leader the Starred King. Or Stardale King? Stardale Kin? Stardale King, there we go. And then enchantment, and name them the, like, Ench King. I wish there was more characters that I could fit in. But we're looking pretty good with the with our little alliance here. And as you can see, under New Empire above us, we now have 2 out of the 12 provinces under our control. And we've done that entirely peacefully. And I haven't had to use subterfuge or intrigue at all. We have just made our move when the stars aligned to make sure that we had friends. Pretty good stuff. Avaren has learned scaffold. Perfect. I am definitely going to want to get a scaffold immediately because we have some criminals in our, yeah, we have some criminals about. So I'm going to put the scaffold here. And then the next thing I want to learn with Avaren. Let's see. So Avaren, what is your intelligence? So these books here, the green books, suggest that you have an intelligence of 9, and she has an intelligence of 8. So I'm going to have her learn Training Ground, which would be a little bit easier for her to study until her intelligence goes up a little bit more. And Training Ground allows your mercenaries to train. Actually, you know what? No, I take it back. I'm going to have her learn correct cutting, even though it's a little challenging for her. But as a result of learning that, her desire is fulfilled. Once Kleb is home, I can start punishing the criminals too. And he's about to get home. Did I need a beer brewery? No, I don't. I don't have hops knowledge yet. That's still being worked on by Kleb. Phantomus, thank you for the resub. Cheers. All right, insufficient workers, got it. We are getting migrants, which will fill those roles. Daily statistics, mild hunger, because we're out of rutabaga. So I'll probably stop exporting rutabaga for a bit, so that we can build up a bit of a supply. And then there is a new group of forest bandits out there, and Wind Peak has left the alliance led by Moonlake, which I already knew about because now they're in my alliance. Because we acted very fast on that. The new bandit camp is way the hell far away, so I'm not that interested in, like, marching my army over there. It's kind of too far. You know what? Actually, how wounded are you guys? Wish there was an easier way to tell. I think I am going to send them. For somewhat economic reasons. Alright, looking good. Thank you for tuning in to Norland, which originally streamed live on Twitch as a marathon August 17th and August 18th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below, but please keep in mind that this episode was cut from a marathon, meaning that feedback cannot be incorporated. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. And if you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Varn.